In today's video, I will be showing you AEC Simple. This is a simple yet powerful tool for automating sheet and view creation and management in Revit. Let's go. Firstly, I will be showing you how you can, as an architect, create sub-discipline sheets and views in seconds. With AEC Simple, you can replicate floor plan or area plan sheets, views, and viewports from linked model. You can replicate viewport crop, scales, align view titles, pixel perfect. You can translate sheet numbers and names to each subdiscipline like RCP, LS, ID, etc. And you can assign view templates. Then we will be moving to all of the benefits for consulting engineers. With unparalleled precision, AEC Simple does the following: copying sheets, views, and viewports from linked models, aligning view titles, again, pixel perfect, translate sheet numbers and names to engineering sheet numbers and names, and assigning view templates. AEC Simple has no complex settings, it works on your Revit template, and it features a fully functional free trial. If you would like to test it out for free, click on the link in the cards above or down in the description of this video. And full disclosure, this is a sponsored video. Now, without any further ado, let's jump straight into Revit. Here we are in Revit. This is the Autodesk Snowden Towers sample project that comes with the latest view versions of Revit. And if we take a look at the project browser, here you can notice that under views we have architecture views, and then under sheets we have architecture sheets, and it's mostly the A100 series for these sheets. Okay, so now let's say we want to add, apart from these architectural plans and sheets, we want to have some life safety plans and life safety sheets and reflected ceiling plans and sheets. So for that, I'm going to go to the AEC Simple tab. You're going to notice that when you install it, you get a whole new tab with tools. Here I'm just going to click on New Setup, and here we need to first select all of the sheets that we want to use. So I'm going to select the A100 series, so let's go from this one to this one. I just held the Control key to make a multiple selection, and I'm just using the model that we have here in the project. And then here for the trades, I'm going to pick architectural, and then I can select both of these. So again, I'm just going to hold the Control key, or the Shift key in this case, select both of these, and let's begin project setup. So this will take just a few seconds, and once we're done, I'm going to close this window, and you will notice now that we have the architectural life safety plan, and then we also have the architectural reflected ceiling plan. And down here in the sheets, you can see the same thing. So we have new sheets for the LS, so that's life safety, and we have the 100 series, all of the plans, and then we have the RC, so that's reflected ceiling plan, so the RC 100 series. Now, let's say that instead of having the LS 100 and RC 100 series, I want everything to be under A, but I want to have A 100 series for the main architectural plans, and then A200 for the life safety, and A300 for the RC or reflected ceiling plan. Well, this can actually be set up easily. So if we just open up one of these, so as you can see, it's a perfectly placed on a sheet. And to rename all of this easily, I can go here to find and replace, and then I can say, okay, so I want to replace my, let's say, LS1 with A2. So basically here we have all of those, so I need to select them, again holding the Shift key to select the entire list, and now it's going to show me the results that it's going to produce. So it's going to take these and generate these from them, or rename them into this. I can hit replace, and now we can see that instead of LS 100 series, we have A200 series for our life safety plans. And then let's repeat this. So I'm just going to cancel out of here. Now let's go with the RC1 and replace that with A3. And then I can select the first one. See, it's going to show me basically the preview change. If I select one, if I select two, it's going to show me two. However, I'm just going to go from the first, hold the Shift key to the last, and it's going to basically show that everything is going to be renamed. Hit replace selected, and we're done. So now if I close this off, as you can see, we have, this is the A300 series, so that's our reflected ceiling plan. We have the A200 series, that's the life safety plan, and everything is perfectly fitted on a sheet with the correct template automatically, so you don't have to do this manually one by one. Now let's take a look at the engineering side of things. So you'll notice that I have a completely empty project. So here in the project browser, we basically have nothing, no sheets, an empty floor plan, that's it. Now I'm going to link in an architecture model, the one that we were just using. So I'm just going to go here to link Revit. This is our architecture model. So I'm going to hit open, and it's going to open that up as a link here in Revit. Now let's generate some sheets and some views for this project for the engineering side of things. Mainly I'm interested in electrical and power plans. So for that I'm going to open up AEC Simple so I can automate things. Here I'm going to go to new setup, and then I'm going to make sure that here, instead of architectural, I set this to engineering. And then here we can see the linked model. So I'm not using my model here as an option, I'm using a link. So this is the model that we've just linked. And then let's select the A100 series floor plans from that model, or from that link, and then I'm going to hold the control key, select both lighting and power, and let's begin project setup by generating all of these views and sheets. And in a few seconds we're done, so I'm simply going to close this window, and what you'll notice here is that now under sheets we have some sheets. So here we have the electrical and we have the power sheets. So if I open one of these up, you can see we have a viewport, we have the title, we have the title block, so everything is here, everything has been generated automatically, so we can just start working on this. Now if I expand this, you can see that for electrical we have reflected ceiling plans for our lighting, and then for the power side of things it has regular floor plans, just because that's what we actually need for this type of a sheet and a view. And of course here you can see those under views, EP and EL. Okay, so once we have created these, let's now play around with the naming convention. So I'm not happy again with EP100 and EL100, so I'm just going to go here to find and replace. And now let's do the same thing that we did in the architectural one for the EP. So I'm just going to go with EP, and I'm going to replace that with E. So here we have all of the EP ones. So I'm going to select the first one, hold the shift key, select the last one, and this is the end result that we're going to get. So let's replace selected, and this is what we get. Now what I want to do with the rest of these, so what I'll do with the EL ones, I'm going to just change this so from EL, and then I'm going to change this to E2. So it's going to give us a E200 series, and let's just add EL1. There we go. So E200 series. So let's select the first one, hold the shift key, select the last one. So this is what we get. Replace selected, and it's going to do its magic. And now we have renamed those sheets. Now I'm just going to close this window because I don't need it anymore. However, I do want to show you one more thing, and that's here in the setup. So currently in both of these cases, both for architectural and engineering, we went here to select trades, and then we picked out the templates that we want to use, and then we picked out the trades that we want to use. Let's say you want to change this. You either want to customize what this particular trade is doing, or you want to add additional trades. You can do all of this in the trade settings. When I open up trade settings, you can see here we have the templates. We can create new ones. So if I go here, yeah, we can delete existing ones, duplicate them, add new ones, or we can even import or export the settings. Now, in this case, I just want to add one more trade for technology. So let's call this one technology. And then for the abbreviation, let's go with ET. And in this case, I wanted to generate a floor plan, and for the view template, let's go with the technology floor plan. There we go. And as you can see, you can customize this. So if you want more, you can add both a floor plan, a ceiling plan, a structure plan, and so on. In this case, I just want this. So that's what I'm going to be using. So then I can say, okay, save changes, close the settings, and now you can see we have that technology appear here. So if I select my A100 series architectural plans, I can go to technology and then begin project setup, and that's going to now generate those ET plans. So let's close this window. We can see here we have the ET plans. Again, let's say we want to rename this to E300 series. Again, it's the same process of going to find and replace, go to ET1, replace that with the E300, and then we can see, okay, there we go. So this is what we want. Replace selected, and it's going to do its magic. We can close the window here, and now we have what we wanted. So this is a floor plan. It's a technology floor plan. So if I select the floor plan itself, you will notice that here under the view template we have technology floor plan. So this is something that you can customize. You can customize this view template to be specific to what you need it to be for, in this case, technology floor plan, but of course you can do that for any other. So there we go. That's how all of this works. It can save you a ton of time, especially if you're doing this often. Doing this manually would definitely take a long time. So it's really a good way to automate all of these repetitive tasks. So if you want to check it out, as I've mentioned before, the link is up in the cards above and then also down in the description of this video. Please tell me in the comment section below what you think about it, and I'll be back with another Balkan Architect tutorial in a few days. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to check out my website, balkanarchitect.com, for more Revit courses. There I have over 120 hours of content, and I'm adding more each week. Make sure to subscribe for more videos, and also I've added a video over there that might interest you as well.